Welcome to our QR video sequence. I am the owner here and one of the lead developers of this product. Hopefully we're going to teach you a little bit about building with a woody log building system. We appreciate you watching, and hopefully you're going to learn something about building your dream log cabin. Part of phase 2 is putting the ceiling boards on your building. Now the ceiling boards, the beauty about the system is they install from the top. So you're not inside walking on a ladder working overhead. These install on top. Now these boards act as our roof diaphragm. So the roof diaphragm now, in my previous conversation, previous QR reader videos you've seen, we talk about uplift. So the uplift that we're talking about, the force that I'm talking about, is created by the uplift underneath the ceiling boards or inside the building. That's the uplift. The structural part of this keeps the building from racking. So we're going to nail this fairly stoutly. We'll get into that. Or we can screw it in. If you think this is going to be a portable building, we may want to screw this down because you may want to remove it. We just recently had a fella out in western North Dakota that took a building and moved it from western North Dakota down to the Black Hills area. And he was very relieved because things came apart real easily and went right back together. Again, one of the features of our product. What you'll see in front of me is all the pre-cut pieces that go onto the roof, go on to make up the ceiling. So there are 4 different sizes. Along with the instruction book is a chart to tell you the orientation of how these go on. Because we do not want to splice side-by-side boards. We want to stagger the splices, and we'll talk about that as we go. So you have a 5-inch ripper board. Josh and Alfred here are certified woody installers. If you wanted to hire one of our services, one of these 2 guys may show up on your job to give you a hand. So these guys are available. Okay, this is the first board going on. It's 5 inches wide. We have cut the tongue off of it. And we're going to show you why we did that here in a second. Now, as they put this on, Josh is going to show you a little bit closer, but he's going to let that first board hang over the end of the rafter just a little bit, maybe a 1/16 of an inch or so. This is a tip, real good tip. Actually, Josh showed this to us. What happens is by having it overhang just a little bit, the fascia board then will close on it. In other words, you won't have a gap there. We are nailing these down with 8-penny nails. You can do it with a gun, you can do it with an air gun, you can hand nail it, whatever. But we want 2 nails per side. Alfred is screwing it in to show you that we could also use screws. Again, 2 screws per board, kind of spaced evenly. Now this first board is cut 5 inches because what goes in here is our eave vent. So code requires us when we're insulating a roof, and we're going to show you through the course of the phase 2 videos, we're going to show you how we insulate or the various options you have to insulate your roof. Again, the neat thing about our building, and the neat thing about the woody is you can insulate it based on the usage or where you're located. For instance, if this building were going in your backyard and you're using it as a man cave, playroom, screen room, we wouldn't need to insulate the roof necessarily. So why pay for it if you don't have to have it or you don't use it? We can go from all the way up to an R60, all the way down to an R10, or actually an R2. So in your conversation with our design team, we'll be asking you what insulation value you're looking for. Now code does dictate that to us to a certain degree. Code throughout the world. So they have the first board on. These boards run wild. In other words, we let these just run long because it's going to get cut off later. Now is what we're going to do is the soffit vent will get put in this slot here. And we'll show you an end shot of that once we get it in. Now, this vent does not have to splice on a rafter or anything. It can just be in there loose. Let it run wild also, because the saw will cut right through that when you cut off the other end. What they're doing is just putting a nail through the little fin. A little trick again. There's a little fin on there, little nail, it holds it in place. So when we put the other board on, it's all placed in. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you've been entertained a little bit. Hopefully you've learned a little bit about the woody log building system. The reality is anybody can do it. We've given you a little bit of a helping hand through our QR series and our initiative. If you have any further questions, contact us at the information listed.